calling you hoes out. I'm calling you hoes out. I ain't even gonna lie to you. What's up, y'all? Back with another video, another word of the day. We're gonna have to make this quick. This is actually my second time making this video. The first video I made was 30 minutes. The whole audio was off because I didn't turn on my mic. 30 minutes, y'all. 30 minutes. And then the second video, I didn't have enough storage, so my thing cut off. And that's quite literally why I got this damn iPad. But anyway, let's get straight to it. I felt like the first word of the day went really well, so let's start with our second. Today's word of the day is accountability, because I think that's the hardest thing with people, holding themselves accountable. Excuse me. That's the hardest thing with all of us, just as humans, just holding ourselves accountable. So let's write accountability and let's make sure we spell it correctly, because that's not cute. How you trying to teach the class and you can't spell your stuff right? That ain't cute. Accountability. And then accountability is to accept responsibility. Accountability, to accept responsibility. Do you know how many of us can do that? Do you know how hard it is to do that? Anything that I come on here and say is not an easy thing. I'm not telling you something that I'm not, already doing myself or not already trying to do myself. So this is a big word, and not even in the sense that it's a big word, but it's a big word. It holds a lot of depth. So let's really get into it. To accept responsibility. When we talk about accountability, we are strictly just talking about accountability when it comes to us, when it's pertaining to us. You have to learn how to hold yourself accountable just for things in general, just for things in life. The quicker that you're able to self-reflect, the easier it will be to hold yourself accountable. A lot of the times in life, it's so easy for people to point the finger, trying to hold others accountable for something that they did, not realizing that you probably doing the same shit. So you need to pipe that down a little bit. You need to calm down, because you up there point. Baby, you is guilty too. So when we talking about accountability, only look at yourself. Hold yourself accountable. It is okay to be in the wrong. It's human to be wrong. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. For the longest growing up, I used to have a hard time saying sorry, because I used to think I'm not gonna say sorry just to make you feel better, especially if I ain't do nothing wrong. Which, that's a terrible way to think. It's a terrible way to act, especially as a human. Growing up is realizing that when you're giving someone the sorry, it is quite literally because you made them feel bad. You may have had good intentions, but your shit was not perceived the way that you wanted it to be perceived. So apologize on how you just came off. I realize that most of the time it is hard for people to understand me, vibe with me, because I'm a truth teller and I don't give a fuck. You ain't finna be doing this, that, and the third all around me and think that I'm finna be okay with that. I don't hang out with nobody who don't line up with my morals and values, because that is a reflection of me. And you ain't finna have me out here looking stupid. You could do that on your own time. If you ain't out here willing to hold yourself accountable and to accept your responsibility, you really not one of those that I'm finna be kicking it with, because I don't even vibe with shit like that. People be wrong and they be having a hard time saying that they wrong. That is not okay, which is one of the reasons why you need to hold others accountable. The only time you need to hold others accountable is when it has something to do with you. If they're doing something to you, hold them accountable. Do not go around trying to play truth teller, giving people unsolicited advice. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. It is already hard enough for us to come with our tail tucked between our legs and say sorry. It's a human feeling we all get. It's a hard thing to say sorry, but it's also the right thing to say sorry. We need to be more gracious with each other, more gracious with ourselves when it comes to just loving each other and taking care of each other. We have all these, these outer body things just really coming down on us. In this economy, we need to be a little bit more nicer to each other. And honestly, holding yourself accountable will help you not hear from others first. I really don't like people telling me too much about myself, because most of the time I'm always like gonna think, are you projecting right now? Because I'm with myself all the time. I don't mind you saying, hey, I fucked up. Before I used to be like that, where it was hard for me to hold myself accountable, but it's to the point where I stand up for me because I know how I come across. I know what I do. Most of the time people just treat you any old kind of way because you do not hold them accountable. Friends and family, those are the people who are gonna test. Hold on, because boundary, I don't know why I'm acting like I can't spell. Your friends and family are gonna test your boundaries more than anybody in life. But it's important. It is our duty as just people in general to make sure that we are standing up for ourselves. The hardest thing about boundaries for most people is setting boundaries and actually sticking to them, actually putting it into works. Because shit, when it comes to family, they always gonna be there unless you shoot them away. But it comes a point in time. Sometimes people like to be like, "Oh, that's your mama," or "That's your so and so," or "That's your grandma," and all this other stuff. Bro, they knew the name of the relationship. They knew what kind of relationship we had before anything, too. If us being family wasn't enough for you to treat me right, why should I give a damn about how I'm finna just let you go because you don't treat me how I want to be treated? People think you're just supposed to stick around for so long just because we related. I don't give a damn. I don't care. Why should I care? You didn't care. So shit. Hold them boundaries up. With friends and family, those are the first people that you're gonna have to hold these boundaries up with. Because they're gonna test your ass the most. They're gonna think that they can just do whatever they want to do and you just gonna take it. No. Dead all that shit right now. Because the more that you don't speak up for yourself, the more that you don't hold people accountable so that they can accept the responsibility for their actions, the more that they're gonna continue to do that. A lot of the time, people treat us the way that they want to treat us just simply for the fact that we don't put our foot down. The more that you allow it, the more it's going to go on. And that's just the unfortunate part about it. Understand that you cannot control people, but you can control your reaction. You got to get, excuse me, there's no you. We got to get better on making people stand on however their actions pop out. Because sometimes people do a lot of this, but they actions don't be backing up shit. People be acting like they want to change, or I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Another thing, people will purposely try to misinterpret whatever the hell you saying just so they don't have to accept the responsibility. I'm promising you this right now. If they did it, they knew exactly what they did. And people will think through the whole process and even add in and consider your reaction and still move and do the shit that they do. That's why I don't ever trip when I do and say what I do. Cause shit, you was moving like you was Boosie Badass. So I'm finna make you stand on everything, all that. I'm finna hold you accountable. Make people accept their responsibility. Baby, sometimes you're gonna have to let that family go. A lot of the times we have not reached where we supposed to go because we still got shit hanging on us. We still got baggage hanging on us. Of course, we are all a family. We all supposed to learn and grow and help each other. But you don't need to continue to help people that are hurting you. We are all trying to get to God's truth, God's purpose for us. And that means setting those boundaries, standing up for your damn self. People know what the hell they damn do. God's purpose on why he has us here, that's the only thing that matters. The golden grace, the golden goose, or the golden egg, whatever you want to call it. That's the golden ticket, baby. All this other shit really don't even matter. But you're going to have to stand up for yourself and you're going to have to speak out. As someone who had to stick up for themselves and speak out, because my grandma used to bully me like I was pussy, but she can go about her day. Sometimes you can't even be mad at people for being who they gonna be. Just like, whatever, you could be whoever you want to be. Just don't be that shit in front of me. I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm not gonna tolerate it. A lot of the times we have not reached God's purpose, or we are not where God wants us to be, because we're just having a hard time accepting that we are where we are because of us, because these are the consequences of our actions, and the fact that you didn't speak up for yourself. And a lot of the times we're living in pain because we didn't speak up for ourselves. The more that you allow that shit, the more the shit is just simply gonna happen. And if they don't want to be held accountable, let them go. I'm gonna tell you, this is really the most eye-opening year for me. I see everybody in a different light, even myself. One of the biggest things about holding yourself accountable, it gets easier to hold others accountable because you respect yourself a little more. A lot of the times we allow people to just do and say anything to us because we don't love ourselves. We don't feel like we deserve the love that God has for all of us, if you want me to be honest. And if you are not getting that love from them, for the outside forces, God already has enough for you. It's already in him. Go to God. If you want me to be honest, a lot of us need to lock in with God and take and remove all outside forces. Because if you want me to be honest, a lot of people are the downfall of just our character, just how we feel. You got to have more self-love, more self-respect to want to hold others accountable, want to stand up for yourself. People gonna have to accept the responsibilities, accept the consequences for their damn actions. And a lot of people don't stand up in that. But I'm gonna tell you like this: This is my fucking year. I'm holding everybody accountable. Y'all gonna have to stand on all that shit. And I'm not even lying. I'm gonna give y'all some grace because it's truthfully on me. I allow the straight bullshit, allowing people to just treat me any old kind of way just because they are family, just because they are my friends, just simply because I care about people. But no more, because I'm gonna tell you like this. A lot of us are not where God wants us to be because we trying to bring everybody with us, make sure everybody okay. And at the end of the day, you are not okay. You got to make sure you okay first before you worry about everybody else. If you can't say sorry, you've visibly seen that your actions have obviously affected someone, that's just cruel. At that point, it don't matter how you feel. Growth is understanding that, damn, I did not get out that message the way that I wanted to. That person was not ready to hear that at that point in time. Let me apologize. If you can't hold yourself accountable, accept responsibility that, damn, now my actions have consequences. Come on. Parenthood is one of the biggest things. Parents do not want to just apologize for what they've done to their child. It's okay. Parenthood is not perfect. Nobody said we expected you to be perfect, but acting like some shit didn't happen, victim blaming, acting like the child is the issue, that's insane to me. And it keeps going. In relationships, boyfriend and girlfriend, a lot of the time the shit can be savaged if people just spoke the hell up. And if people just treated people how they wanted to be treated themselves, we will really advance as a people with that one because it's almost like the proof is in the fucking pudding. You treat people how you want to be treated, that good shit gonna really come back to you. You cannot control others. I promise you, people do stuff not caring. They know how you gonna react, but they don't care. And you cannot control what other people do, but you can control your reactions and you can control how the relationship goes moving forward. I'm not giving nobody no extra chances. You knew what the hell you was doing. I'm so out there and I'm so gung-ho about myself. I know people think twice before doing what they do around me. And if you don't, you will, because I'm going to call you out every time. I used to be so afraid, so hurt by how people used to perceive me growing up because I used to feel like, oh, I just be fucking up shit everywhere that I go. You know what I'm saying? But no, most of the time, I'm not fucking up shit. The only reason why I'm shaking the boat is because I'm calling out people for not being nice people. And that is just simply what it is. Y'all, I don't know what be wrong with y'all, but y'all just don't be nice humans just by nature. I just don't get it. But that's okay because this journey, I'm holding everybody accountable. And I hope you're willing to accept that responsibility because if you want me to be truthful, for the first time, I'm willing to walk alone. If that means me getting closer to God's purpose, I'm setting up all boundaries. Sometimes we set up the boundaries, but we have a hard time actually acting upon that shit. You better add that pressure to this shit, man. People know what the hell they do. Hold people accountable. Accountability. To accept responsibility is the right thing. To say sorry, it makes you a great person, a grand person. It doesn't, people act like apologizing makes you weak. No, it is actually some big dog shit to apologize. A lot of people have such a hard time taking accountability for their actions, and which is crazy to me because
You fucking did it. We can replay it back on camera. If you want me to be honest, you did it. Damn.
it's okay. Just say
I'm sorry. I will not move like this no more.
and if they do move like that again,
You're done.
cut them bitches off, cut them hoes off. People can't change. But I'm gonna tell you like this, they not ready to change until they say sorry. Because people don't want to accept what they done, don't want to accept the responsibility until they say sorry. That's actually one of the first steps. Follow up with people. Are people still moving the way that they want to move? Or are they actually sorry for what they done? Or are they just sorry for that because they got caught? Because most of the time, people are just sorry because they got caught, because they got called out. If they ain't say that sorry, they not for real. Hold them boundaries. Stay firm in the boundaries. And sometimes standing firm and your boundaries means you're gonna have to be fucking alone. But sometimes that's what God wanted for you the whole time. There is no one that you need in this world but God. Simple. Shit, whether people want to accept the responsibility, accept the role that they played in your life, accept the things that they done, whether they want to do that or not, you still walk in the path. You still walk in the light. You stand firm on them fucking boundaries. You know how many stories I'm probably the villain in? I do not care. Sometimes it takes being the damn villain in other people's lives to be the superhero in your own damn life. Take back your damn life. First step is holding people accountable. Hold everybody accountable. And that may mean starting with your friends and family first. God would not want people treating us like this. Another way to practice self-love is sticking up for yourself. Move how you want to be treated. Tell people how you want to be treated. Treat people how you want to be treated. A lot of the times, motherfuckers get back and do stuff. Never ever change your character just because of what somebody else did. Always stand firm in who you are as a person. Do not be an evil person because somebody else is being evil. That is not how we teach. That's not how we learn. That's not how we grow. None of that. There's already enough evil in this world. Keep pouring out the good shit. You cannot control people's actions, but you can control your reaction. Give people grace. And then when people are acting like an ass, just pray for them, because we got to pray for our enemies too. People gonna see what they want to see when they need to see it. People gonna hear what they need to hear when they need to hear it. It may not come out of your mouth where it's just like, ding. Hold yourself accountable. Accept the responsibility. Be self-aware. Realize how you treat people. Realize how you come off. Come on now. Hold yourself accountable first. Accountability. Thank y'all for watching. I feel like this is a good video. We're going to run with this. I really hope that this is the one, because third time's a charm, right? Hopefully y'all will like, share, subscribe, and have a great week, y'all.